Yo, what is good, YouTube? Matty Dubs here, back with another video, guys. We have some more news, notes, highlights from yet again another week of Cincinnati Bengals mandatory minicamp. This is actually the first week of minicamp, and now the Bengals are allowed to run more team activities. So this is where things start to get a little bit more fun in the offseason. Now, before we get to the video, before I tell you guys some of the news and notes that I've looked at from Twitter, and also if you guys aren't following all the the Bengals reporters on Twitter, you guys gotta go do that. They drop breaking news highlights from these sessions, so make sure go follow all the Bengals reporters on Twitter if you guys want to see this footage you're seeing now live. But before we get into the video, before I tell you more of the news, make sure you guys do me a huge favor. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can get the video up to 500 likes. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, which includes, the rest of free agency, mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season, whatever it may be, NFL. I got you guys covered, so join the family. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, there are a couple of things I want to talk about in this video. Some things just to briefly touch up upon. It was only day one of mandatory minicamp, so we'll get a lot more information later on. But we got some news on, who's potentially going to be starting for this team in 2023. Now, before we get to that, I want to talk about Joe Burrow. Now, to start off this session, they ran a bunch of 7-on-7s. Now, a guy who stood out in these 7-on-7s, Mike Hilton, a cornerback, looked very, very good. A couple of balls went right through his hands. Obviously, you want him to catch those, but he looked good in this portion. Pretty much almost had 2 interceptions, I believe it was. So he had a good day one of mandatory minicamp. And then they moved on to a little bit of a different period, which included 11-on-11s, where, they had the defense versus the starting offense. Now, not going to see that right here. Might see that a little bit later in the video. But some guys who stood out were Irv Smith Jr. and a couple of other guys. But during this period, I think the starting offense played against the starting defense for 10 plays, and Burrow was 8 of 10 during that period. Came up with his second incompletion coming out of what appeared to be a mixed-up route, so the receiver's issue, and linebacker Jermaine Pratt almost had an interception. It tipped up in the air, and a couple of guys, dove for it, did not get the ball, but Jermaine Pratt did make a nice little play there. But the one thing I really want to mention to you guys were 2 guys that looked like they were going to be the starters. And one guy you're gonna be like, whoa, really? So the first guy that looked like to be a starter in the first team defense was a guy, Jordan Battle. Now, if you guys don't know Jordan Battle, he was a 3rd-round pick safety. And he looked like he was getting a lot of starting reps there as safety, as well as Dax Hill, man. Dax Hill also looked like he was getting some starting nod as safety as well. Mike Hilton was at the nickel. Cam Taylor-Britt was on the outside. And then another guy, Alan George. Alan George was playing starting cornerback I don't know if Chidobe Awuzie was was practicing today, but it looked like George Allen was the guy, or Alan George, my bad. Alan George was getting the starting nod at cornerback today. That might not be something to read into too much. Obviously, DJ Turner probably going to get some reps as well. You got Jalen Davis, Sidney Jones. I think, Chidobe's probably going to be the guy when he's there. But so far, interesting with Alan George at corner. Nick Scott was held out of 7-on-7s for precautionary reasons, I believe. I think he still has, somewhat of a shoulder injury. But so far, man, so good for a guy in Jordan Battle, the 3rd-round pick out of Alabama, getting some early work here. Now, we do expect him to get a lot of work, but I didn't expect him to be a day one starter. We'll see if that continues as, time goes on. But every rep matters, man. Now that he's getting them right now, he's got to pretty much hold onto that spot. Another guy who had a really good day today was Irv Smith Jr., man. He had a crazy catch over the middle of the field, and probably had one of the plays of the day, getting right over Logan Wilson in coverage, getting the ball onto getting onto the ground, making sure he didn't fumble. And I think Irv Smith is a guy who can really break out for this team in 2023. Had some injury problems in the past, but is looking to bounce back here with the Cincinnati Bengals, which, listen, you got Joe Burrow at quarterback. Anything is possible. So I'm loving that here for Irv Smith and his offense. Overall, I think the Bengals have a lot of good things coming their way in 2023. As long as they can stay healthy and keep this team together for the most part, I think they got one hell of a ball squad. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Charlie Jones, a 4th-round pick receiver. You got, the offensive line looks good. Orlando Brown coming over from Kansas City. Irv Smith, Joe Mixon, Chase Brown, Travion Williams. I think his offense looks really good, looks really deadly. They got a lot of ways to improve going forward. But I like what they did in the draft defensively with Myles Murphy, Jordan Battle, DJ Turner. I like those guys a lot. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about this offseason so far for the Bengals. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you think they need to add next? But with that being said, guys, hit that like button. I should have some more Cincinnati Bengals coverage for you over the next few days here as we get into, day 2 and day 3 of mandatory minicamp. Should be, giving you guys some more coverage here. But with that being said, hit that like button. Let's even get the video up to 500 likes. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know who you're most excited to see in, this coming preseason, whether it's a rookie, a second-year player, a veteran. Who are you most excited to see? For me, I guess mine is Jordan Battle, man. I think Jordan Battle can have one hell of a year, especially now he's getting starting safety, reps, as well as Irv Smith, man. I think Irv Smith could have a big year as well, man. Hit that like button, join the family. I will see you guys on the next video. But yeah, with that being said, man, I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by ProClass, the absolute best place for you to take your game to the highest level. It's the first of its kind sports training and development platform where you can reach your highest potential by learning from some of the best athletes on the entire planet. Some of these guys include Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, Allen Iverson, DeMar DeRozan, and so many more. And I have some great news for you guys. If you guys go use my code, MattyDubs, you'll get 50% off hundreds of training videos, workouts, and drills, and you can get in the lab right now. So go check it out. Go steal some of the secrets from some of the top players in the world right now. And if you are interested in developing your skills at any level, if you play in middle school, high school, college, or if your goal is just to be a better athlete, a better basketball player, this is where you need to go. Nobody else does this. Go check them out, and you can learn, develop your skills at a fast pace, high speed level. Click the link in the description for instant access to all of the secrets in the world. And remember, using code MattyDubs will get you 50% off right now, so don't miss out on this offer.